Today's episode of Round Guy Radio is brought to you by Smithburg Auto of Fairfield, Iowa, the Packwood Locker, and Henshaw Trailer Sales of Richland, Iowa. We got Coach Protratz of the Keokuk Chiefs. Coach, I got 40 teams and 38 of them are home looking into their fishing gear, but you are still playing. Congratulations on the win. Tell our listeners who you played and what the final score was.
Yes, thank you. We played Center Point Urbana, and I believe we won 63-58. I believe was the final score of that game. It was a tough game. It was a good game, but able to pull through at that.
Well, tell us a little bit about the ebb and flow of the game, and was there a point where you really started to feel like you were going to get a win on this game?
Yeah, so we started off the game hot. We got a layup right away, and then our defensive effort was throughout the roof. We were executing defensively to perfection, and we really just made it difficult for them to score pretty much the entire game. The game went on different runs. Like we started on the game well on the good first run we had, and then CPU they ended the first half on a solid run also. So we were up by like 7 at halftime, and then we come out in the third quarter. Also come out with Sweeney had another good run, and we kept the run for the most part. Kept the lead by like I'd say around anywhere from 14 to 18 points, and then near the end there, they started fouling us, and we had trouble making free throws, so they were able to close the gap a little bit. But I felt confident in my team all the way through. Of course, it's going to be a game of up and down, but I felt like we would go in and definitely come away with the win. And all credit to Center Point Urbana. They're a great team. They won a lot this year, but we were able to come through with the victory there.
Was the game on their court?
Yes, the game was that court.
Okay, so you had to go on the road. I believe they're ranked 12th. Tell me a little bit about the preparation to play this team. I talked to Scotty Melvin. He said they didn't have, maybe a 7-footer, but they had 6'6" guys and 6'5" guys and 6'4" guys and 6'3" guys. They had them in the starting lineup and they had them in the bench. And so what did you see? Tell me a little bit about their team and how can you explain why they had so much success this year?
Yeah, I mean, they were all tall, athletic kids. They could all shoot the ball. They shared the ball really well defensively. They got after it too. So, like, that's all a recipe for success. And you can see why they were so successful. I think they ended up the season with being like 18-5 or something like that. That's a fantastic season. Like, that's a outstanding season. And we were just able to just kind of make it hard for them overall to try to score the ball, try to get it out of their guards' hands a little bit. And by doing so, they will come away with the win there.
Well, it sounded like, I don't know, right from the bat, but it did seem like you jumped out to a pretty good lead. Things seem to be firing on all cylinders. What about your game plan that your players were able to execute so well?
Yeah, I believe one main point was we were really not letting them drive middle as much, and we were getting out on shoots. They could really shoot the 3-point shot. They've had it all year long. They've got a couple of guys that shoot around 40% from three, which is unheard of, outstanding. And we were actually able to make it so that those shots were harder for them, and they didn't fall for them that night, and that's all we needed.
Well, you got the big man Jaxon Clark there in the middle underneath the basket there, but it doesn't sound like this was a team that liked to drive to the basket that much, to maybe shoot over him. How was he able to perform against a team that was more of an outside shooters?
Oh, it was fantastic. We kept him mostly underneath the basket, where if they did drive, he was there to really try to like deny, make the shot hard for him, and then of course he would go get a rebound, or Jalen would get a rebound, and we would just limit them to one shot per possession at most, right? So we got the rebound, then we were just able to push up the floor and be able to run our offense and get points off it that way.
Well, who was these defenders that was out there on the perimeter that was making life hard on Center Point Urbana?
Yeah, so all of our guards really, like Antonio Crockett was, Kyler Beelman, Lincoln Ray, Jay Smith, Jalen Clark, Kurt Joy, even Ryder Keefe, they all got in there. Just hard nosed defense, just getting after it, making it difficult as possible, as most difficult as possible to really get a stop every single time down the floor. I couldn't be prouder of them.
Well, did you have any coaches or anything helping you with the game plan? Who was it that saw what you had to stop and execute it and come up with the plan and get the players to get on board with it?
Oh yeah, our coaches, Coach Bielman and Coach Bogut, both watch film. We talk about it. We go over game plans to be the most beneficial to try to stop the other team as much as possible. And we all talked about it, came up with these ideas, talked through it with our team, and they just execute. They listen to us and they execute well. And when they do that, and when we come up with a game plan that's good enough, we're able to come away with victories.
All right. How many seniors do you got on this team?
I believe we have four seniors. Yes, I believe it's four. Jaxon Clark, of course, we all know him. Ryder Keefe comes off bench and he gives us some big point guard minutes. Chase Smith, he's huge for us. He's sixth man of the year type of guy. Came in and sparked some threes for us. And then finally, Kendrick Smith, who's our final senior there.
Well, we've seen a lot of really great players that are seniors this year. That season ended, they ended. Some of them ended in the first round, some in the second round, some ended in the third round. It's tough to watch the pain in the kids' eyes as they know that they're never going to play another high school game. What did you see out of your seniors when you did win and they realized that their season isn't done?
Oh, just excitement. Like they know we have opportunity to go play and get to state. And when you have the opportunity, like you're going to be excited, and they're just excited to have the opportunity, excited to get after it, and just hungry also to want to go get to state, to get to that level that we haven't been to for so long. So it's one of those items that they're excited for, they're wanting, and I think we're going to go try to get it tonight.
Well, the playoffs is a whole different animal. You wound up playing Fort Madison in the first round, and Fort Madison had played a very good game against you. Maybe the last game of the season or second to last game of the season. You wound up with an opponent, but the game was not close. You were able to make some adjustments there. And I don't know, but in the two playoff games that you played, you guys have played a pretty high level. Tell us a little bit about, how the team's coming together in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, like I think being able to scout a little bit more, having more time to watch film is always helpful. But also at the same time, it's that chance, that urge of feeling like, hey, this is our last ride. This is the last opportunity that we get. You lose, you go home. If you win, you continue to play. And I think they just want to continue to play, want to continue to make something special. And they're all locked in, doing it together, and just want to have this type of basketball season with each other as one last hurrah to say that they did something special. And I really feel like we can do something special.
Well, Center Point Urbana, kind of a perimeter shooting team, but you're able to shoot from the perimeter and go to the hoop there. Got a pretty strong inside game, maybe one of the best in the state. Tell us a little bit about maybe how those points were distributed. How many inside the paint points did you get, and how many outside perimeter points did you get?
Yeah, so inside the paint, we dominated inside the paint. Jaxon Clark, he had 25 rebounds and 22 points in that game.
Rebounds.
25 rebounds. Absolutely insane. He was just getting after it, making things happen for us. And what also occurred too was Jalen Clark, his younger brother, was also doing the same thing. He had 17 points and 13 rebounds that game. So it was one of those items like, wow, these guys just getting after it, making sure we get every single rebound, making sure that we finish inside the paint. It was amazing to watch the amount of hustle and want to from just those two in general. But also I cannot leave without talking about Chase Smith. He came into the game a sixth man and he knocked down three huge threes for us outside on the perimeter, which really helped us seal the deal. And other guys, of course, did their thing, but those were probably about the biggest three opponents onto making it happen tonight, making that happen last week.
All right. Is there anybody else you want to talk about? Maybe even they didn't maybe getting a lot of points or a lot of rebounds or assists or whatever, but maybe played good. Tell us a little bit. Fill in on the rest of the guys. How'd they do?
Yeah, absolutely. Like our starting point guard Antonio, he was getting after on the defensive end, getting every single 50-50 ball, knocked down a huge three to start the game. Kyler Bielman, of course, getting after it defensively for us once again, and really trying to stop the other team's best player time and time again. And he knocked down a huge three also down the stretch for us, which was huge. Lincoln Ray, just flat out getting after it, making sure that nobody gets past him defensively, getting high hands up, and then just doing all the little dirty work that nobody gives him credit for. And of course, coming off the bench, Kudroy and Ryder Keefe also came in, gave us minutes that were huge for us down the stretch, getting key rebounds, getting key assists, and different things like that. It just makes a huge difference when our entire team fires on all cylinders like that. It's hard to beat us overall.
Well, you had a great game plan and great execution of the great game plan. Is there anything else about this game that we didn't get a chance to talk about yet?
No, I believe that's about it.
It sounds like we covered it pretty good. Well, you played at Fort Madison, and they kind of have a superstar in Nolan Guzman. You know, he put up 51 points earlier in the year against you. You had to kind of slow down him, and he had some other guys to go around him. And then this next team that you played seemed to have a bunch of starters and guys off the bench, more or less a perimeter shooting team. But your next opponent, Pella, is multiple great players, multiple big guys, and they do like to take the ball to the hoop. You already played them once. Jaxon did get, I think, 31 points in that game and several rebounds too, but they kind of got a good win against you there. What do you tell us a little bit about Pella, the Pella Dutch, and where the game will be played at?
Yeah, so Pella Dutch, it'll be played up at Pella tonight at 7 p.m. And they're a great team, fantastic team. They can shoot the ball from the outside. They're physical, strong, athletic. They'll get inside, try to finish. Defensively, they'll try to get them into your shorts a little bit, and to go and pressure you, just make it difficult for us to do what we want to do offensively. And to be able to come away with the win tonight, we're going to just have to be mentally strong, going to have to be able to execute some things, and just going to have to go take it to them with no fear. And that's going to be huge for us tonight.
Well, you're certainly playing well when you need to be playing well down the stretch and into the playoffs. Well, I'm sure the Pella has a great YouTube channel, and I'm sure I'll be able to watch it. I was able to watch the last one you played. I don't know. What do you think tonight? What are you going to have to, what's the game plan? Is there a player that you need to stop, or you got to stop them on the inside and force them to go to the outside? What are you going to have to do to keep advancing and go? And I believe that you win this game, you go to state tournament, right?
Yes, that is correct.
So this is a sub-state game, man. This is incredible to be where you're at. What do you think you can do to slow them down a little bit and put some more points on the board than you did last time?
Yeah, for sure, slowing them down defensively. Our main goal is to try to keep them away from middle drives. They love doing that middle drives, like get downhill, and I think we can stop them doing that. Just kind of how we game plan for Center Point Urbana. That same idea there, trying to stop that, limiting them to one possession. So, like you said, they're physical, they're strong. They go get rebounds. Got to make sure we go get rebounds also, and running off shooters from the line, making sure their best two players just have a difficult time scoring all night long. They're going to score points because they're best two players, but just making sure it's difficult for them is all you can really ask for, and make it hard for them to score, because when you do that, it's a lot harder on their team overall. And then offensively, we just got to be stronger with the ball than were last time, which I know we're going to be. We've been playing like this, being strong with the ball mentally, getting after it as a full team on the offense end of the floor. If we do that and execute that well tonight, it can be a completely different outcome, and I believe that we can go out with a win tonight.
Well, I think I saw Oskaloosa get the better of them earlier, so they have been tripped up a time or two during this season. We're wishing the best of luck tonight. We've been talking to Coach Protratz, whose Keokuk Chiefs made it all the way to the sub-state and are one game away from touching down at the state tournament. Like to say, we cover 40 teams. 38 of them guys are getting ready to play soccer or golf or go fishing or maybe working on their fastball or taking a few swings in the batter's cage waiting for baseball season to start. But you guys are one of the only two teams we've got covering that are still playing. Congratulations on an outstanding season. Congratulations on a terrific performance in the playoffs. Good luck to you tonight. Coach, was there anything you want to talk about that we didn't get a chance to talk about?
Nope. Just really, like I always say, tune in. This team's special. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be a fun game tonight.
All right. Well, good luck, and we'll be watching.